boys, we're animing today! Welcome everybody, my name is Chronexia and this is the top 10 best fall anime of 2020. Autumn is great, ain't it? Leaves are changing, there's a new scent in the air, and the white girls are bringing out their Uggs and their pumpkin spice latte with that cream beanie. You know exactly what I mean. So why not get anime to spice up the season as well? Anyway, this is the seasonal lineup. You're used to this format, but in the off chance you're new to the channel, here's how it's gonna play out. I make a first list of 10 anime. This list includes exclusively new IP. What's a new IP? Show that have their very first seasons. If it's a sequel or a reboot, it goes in the sequels list. There's a sequels list. I do it as a lightning round after the first 10 entries, if you're patient enough for me to talk about those. But before we go in the list, I must stop you in your track to ask you one important question. What in the living fuck is Dogezade Tanondemita? I have never seen such a pitiful, cringeworthy, wince-inducing anime since Watamode came out. Jesus! Dogeza is a very short series, about 3 minutes per episode, of a POV of a guy going up to girls and begging them to show their lady bits. And, I mean, he just straight up groveled to them, telling them he will kill himself if they don't show him their snack box. And then when they ever give in to his plea, he shows censor, the quote-unquote reward. The only redeeming quality this anime has is the comedy. The entire thing is carried solely by Joseph Joestar's voice actor. I'd actually praise the anime if they didn't censor the part of the girl giving in. I mean, it still wouldn't be for me, but at least they would achieve whatever the show seeks out to do. Anyway, let's talk about the actual series now. Number 10, Burn the Witch and Iwa Kakeru. I'm putting a dual entry here for two reasons. One, people could argue Burn the Witch is just a series of movies and not a proper TV show, which is whatever. It's normally what we cover here. And two, because I wanted to talk about Iwa Kakeru without turning it into a top 11, because not having round numbers trigger me. Okay, so Burn the Witch, a story happens in London where dragons are living all up and about and they're invisible to the human eye. It's up to Nini and Noelle, two young girls who are part of the Dragon Preservation Company, to make sure everything is okay, which it never is. And then there's Iwa Kakeru, who's a show about putting girls in some very contortionist position whilst masquerading as a mountain climbing anime. The camera angles in this show will guarantee you to have an additional mountain for these girls to climb. In your pants. It's a bad joke, but it's all I got. Number 9, Adashima. Two girls who skip classes to hang out above the gym in school. Maximum lesbian vibes going on with one of the girl who never identified as a lesbian that dreams about kissing her friend. You follow their relationship evolve throughout 12 episodes. I wish there was more I could ramble on about, but that's about it really for this one. If you like slice of life with some cute romantic ambience between two girls, perhaps it's for you. I'm just out here trying to pad out more time. Art is nice. If you've enjoyed Citrus or Bloomin' to you, this is going to be the last scissor to your rock, paper, scissor game, except it's going to be all scissors. Number 8, Sleepy Princess in a Demon's Castle. A couple months ago, you might have saw me do a promo for the manga Sleepy Princess. Welcome everybody, my name is Chronexia and I have the immense honor of partnering up with Viz Media to let you know that Sleepy Princess in a Demon's Castle is coming to your bookshelf on June 12th. Now it got adapted and the anime is exactly what you expect to see if you read the manga. The story about a princess who gets abducted and put into the demon castle. Now prisoner until she gets rescued. She must await a hero to come and get her, and in the meantime, while she waits for Shrek, just like the real jail, there's not much to do, so she sleeps her day away. Alas, a princess is accustomed to a certain standard of quality of sleep. Thus, she must craft her perfect night of rest. It's a comedy of a wild girl doing wild things, very episodic format. It's cute and endearing, has wholesome moments, and it's a generally good family-friendly show. So pick it up if you're into that.
やだ、ついに壊れちゃったわ。代わりの留め具がないと。俺様のことは炎の貴公子って呼べって言っただろ。
Number 7, Talentless Nana. Talentless Nana was the anime I was expecting the most out of, and I got the most disappointed by. If you read the synopsis, it's basically a My Hero Academia clone mixed with some Assassination Classroom vibes. Down to its character archetype, main character Nanao is a wimpy kid that gets walked all over him. He's bullied by a pyromaniac, and everyone has superpower except Nanao that people call talentless. New girl called Nana, cool play on names, moves into the classroom, and they must train to fight off enemies of humanities, aka generate monsters. All that is fine. Classic shonen with bright colors, easy pandering for me, but then they had to go and do that stupid twist at the end of episode 1. It really didn't need to go that route, and it kind of soured my whole hype for it. If you're gonna do that, build to it. That's why Madoka Magica, Classroom of the Elite, packs such a punch. They don't give out the twist in the first episode. I really wanted to like it, but so far it's just kind of lukewarm. I'll keep watching begrudgingly, because I still think they can bounce back. Tiny bits of hope for it, but I won't hold my breath either.
ごめん。手がかりならあるさ。この記事の中にね。
Number 6, Moriarty, Patriot, Taizo Samurai, and IWGP. Alright, I kind of want to give an entry to several shows I think you should keep an eyes peeled for, because right now they all have somewhat mediocre scores, but depending on how they play their cards, they could really up the antiques and become quite good. Starting with Moriarty the Patriot, your safest bet. It's basically a reverse Sherlock Holmes. Instead of solving crime, he becomes somewhat of a consultant for criminals. If you like a good anime of wits battle, then really consider this piece. Next is Taizo Samurai, a show about gymnastics. Seems inconspicuous on the surface, but if you like sports anime and lewd rock climbing ain't your thing, and you've never boarded the whole volleyball bandwagon, then perhaps you want to see that one. I'm very intrigued by this show, and I think it can go far. And lastly, IWGP. If you like da-da-da-da or Gangster, this is a show about gang rising up in Ikebukuro, a district in Japan. Lots of potential. We'll see where it goes.
見てみたいな魔女にならないとね。魔女になったら旅をさせてくれる？もちろんよ。
Number 5, Majo no Tabi Tabi. Imagine if Little Witch Academia and Mushishi bended together, you'd get the journey of Elena, an anime about a young girl who's been fascinated by the world of witches. So much that she studied to become the best of them. By 14, they put her in charge of a training chart. No, sorry, that's the wrong thing. She graduated Witch Academy, but her Hermione-like academical endeavors was enough to garner the attention of every witches in town that wants nothing to do with a soon-to-be witch prodigy. So when she has to intern at one place, she gets shut down by everyone, until she meets Fran, a witch who's willing to take her under her wing. But Elena soon realizes she's just getting pushed around to do basic chores, until she reaches her boiling point. From then on, Elena decides to go on a journey to cross the world and visit as many wonderful things as she can, promising that when she comes back, she'll have many incredible stories to tell about her travel. Hence, the title. So that's the first episode. I'm guessing it'll have the episodic flair to it, and pair that with the occasional stunning visuals. The show comes off simple, but it can deliver quite a lot if you give it a chance.
元気な顔を見せること。守れる？はい。毎日がキラッキラしておった。たくさんの。
Number 4, The Day I Became God. The Day I Became God is a weird drama fantasy, but also arguably a comedy about a guy who meets a young child one day who claims to be a god and foretell the end of the world in 30 days, or your money back guarantee. Of course, such a proclamation is received with a lot of skepticism, but then as time goes on, she starts making more and more predictions, which all turn out to be true, making the whole thing quite suspicious. Sorry, sus. Everything is sus. Remember Among Us? Overall, the show has a lot of charm and the character seems endearing, and I feel by the time we reach this foretold apocalypse, we'll be left out with a rather interesting ending. This is one I think people should keep their eyes on. It could definitely be the next Angel Beats Charlotte Little Buster. That's just the vibe I get from this show. Number 3, Akudama Drive. I think this is an anime with a lot of potential if they build it right. The show starts off in a weirdish futuristic city where some people have code names. Hardened criminals ramping through the city with bounties on their heads so high it makes American Murder like a park walk. Seriously, don't watch American Murder on Netflix. It fucked me up tremendously. This is not a bit. Please hear the sincerity in my voice. I don't have anyone to talk about it, but spare yourself the nightmares that comes with it, especially if you're a parent. Anyway, back to this anime. You get those code names, criminals that are all tasked with rescuing another one from execution. They must band together to get the job done, but throughout the chaos, there's a civilian girl that gets sucked into it as well. To not get murdered, she must try to pass off as a criminal herself. So yeah, like I said, I think the show has potential if it plays itself right.
僕のハッキングでその心臓に潜り込んでやる。伏黒先輩。あ？
Number 2, oh my god, it's Sorcery Fight! This one I don't really get. It'll piss off a lot of people, but I must remind you, I have to judge a show on its first few episodes to be able to release this video when they matter, and I just don't see it. Yeah, the animation is stunning, but so was the one in God of High School, and look how that train died real smooth real fast. Are people hyping it just because of the manga? Perhaps, I mean, most definitely, because right now this is very much like a Bleach clone, or early Bleach. Main protagonist super OP for no specific reason, is part of an occult club. While there are sorcerers about hunting down curses, he gets swooped into chaos and in a do-or-die situation ends up hitting one curse, which gives him a 1 in a million chance of survival. And of course he's okay because Protag-kun's got that plot armor. It'd be really short otherwise. I'm sure it'll get better with the other episodes coming up. I'm way more excited about number 1 in all honesty.
やめろ。やめろ。理屈などない。とにかく可愛い。
Number 1, Tonikawa. Fuck you, I will die on this hill. I rarely invoke my subjective side, but I haven't been taken away by an anime like this since Cells at Work came out. And when it did, I moved heaven and hell to get it from a score of 7 dot whatever into the 8 like it deserved. And it's the exact same thing that's happening right now to Tonikawa. And I just fucking love this show. And perhaps it's unfounded, but as soon as I finished the first episodes, I wanted to devour the whole thing, which always pissed me off, cause it's a 1 episode per week deal that I have to deal with. Here's the premise. Very studious boy, who does everything in life to succeed, has a fate encounter with a girl. He's smitten by her, crosses the street, and bam, get hit by a bus. She rescues him, and he wants to see her again. She says she's willing to if he vouches to marry her. Hence begin their life as a newlywed couple who knows very little about each other. Yes, the premise is high-strung and weirdly put together, just to have a couple married that don't really know each other. But I'm all for it. I just hate watching an entire romantic anime where the end goal is the beginning of a relationship. Spare me the drama, give me the wholesome, and everyone's dick is gonna be happy. I will say, however, expect a way more detailed review when I'll have a bit of more free time, cause I got so much to say about this one, and I can't cram it all here.
何これ。
婚姻届。
So hold that thought while we move to sequels. As usual, it's time for me to cover the sequels, but your time is precious and you already know these shows, so it's time for your favorite segment, Lightning Round! Number 10, One Room Season 3. Cringy POV of a dude in a relationship with a girl. How did they make 3 seasons of it? Number 9, Noblesse. Remember that super hype manhwa that people wanted an anime for about 12 years? Yeah, it's garbage. Number 8, Higurashi Reboot. Higurashi the iPhone anime. A reboot was not necessary. The older version worked fine as it is, but now it got some new graphics and it'd be obsolete in 10 years, so they're gonna remake it a 5th time, like Skyrim. Number 7, Hanyo no Yashahime. The sequel to an all-time favorite Inuyasha that people hype so much when deep down it's just about the spawn of a girl that was really into furries. Number 6, Osomatsu-san Season 3. The anime that makes you go, haha, I get that reference, but now it's the 3rd season. Number 5, Danmachi Season 3. Legit dropped this anime mid-season 2 when Belle was in the Horde District. Lily Rika really killed the show for me, and she's the worst character ever made. Bear Green. There, I said it. Number 4 is The Order Rabbit Bloom. Cute moe girl will serve you coffee and nothing else, you twisted fox. Number 3, Mahokakoko no Ratose Season 2. Academical segregation will set you either in the Blue Angels or Group 2. Watch John Mulaney if you don't get the reference, you're missing out. Number 2, Golden Kamui. Historical anime about something. I've seen a few episodes and I haven't kept up with it, but apparently super good. I don't know, you're probably way more excited about it than I am. And finally, number 1, Haikyuu to the Top Season 2. Teenage boy juggling some balls on national TV, baby! So overall, I'd say it's a bit of a lackluster season, especially if you've never been into volleyball. I will vouch for Tonikawa every day of the week though. If there's one thing you can try out from this season, let it be that show. If not, then, I don't know, are you part of the crowd hype for Sorcery Fight? It's COVID season everywhere this year, so yeah, of course the anime are gonna be somewhat sucky in comparison. So if this helps you set your mind on what to watch next, don't be afraid to click the like button and subscribe for more of these wacky lists I do. Or, you know, lightning round. We're in the middle of doing Halloween lineup, so you'll have a bunch of spooks to put in your pockets. Thanks for watching. Later, actor.
Hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.